Hey everybody, I'm back with another update of what's happening here in southern Utah, and today I'm back up here on Tech Ridge where we've got dirt moving all over the bluff. Today I'll give you an update on where we're at with these buildings right here behind me, the Skyview building, the Pavilion, the container park. There's a lot going on up here. A lot of it's been behind the scenes, but we're starting to see movement all over the place. Really looking forward to showing you, so let's get started. First up, for those not familiar, just a brief overview of what Tech Ridge is. It's a development right in the heart of St. George, up on the bluff where the old airport used to be. It's 180 acres with 60 acres being trails, parks, and open space. The other 120 acres is going to be everything from office space for tech and non-tech companies alike, apartments, hotels, retail with restaurants, grocery, you name it, it's going to be up here. And really it's going to change the landscape for the business community here in southern Utah forever. So first up, we've got an update on the Pavilion, which is going to go right in the center of the three big buildings going here in phase one. Pavilion that we already know is here, and then Skyview building, and then the Intergalactic building. The build out of the Pavilion is about 6 to 9 months. They've started groundwork on it and should be done about mid-year next year. And that's going to be host to events, but then also just be able to hang out amidst these three buildings. So from there, we've got the Skyview building. That's the 100,000 square foot, 5-story building. It's got retail along the bottom and then 4 stories of office space. There have been delays on this building, but they're hoping for a vertical start in January. And then from there, it'll be about an 18 to 24 month build out. And really looking forward to seeing this one finally come together. Now just headed south from here, we've got the construction of some smaller lots that are happening right here behind me that are going to be mostly for 10 to 15,000 square foot buildings. There are a few other buildings that are bigger, but for the most part, these are going to be for smaller companies, tech and non-tech alike, that are going to start happening at the beginning of the year. So right now they're just working on the dirt work for the lots along with the road that's going to go right along the ridge. And then in February is when they anticipate to be done with this and to be able to start the construction of the buildings. So far they've got leases lined up for 6 full buildings, and I know they're taking on more and more every day. This is going to be a huge part because this will allow smaller companies to also be up here. Really looking forward to seeing this one come together. Further south, down around the Zonos hangar where we've got the container park in the works. This container park is going to allow Zonos and other companies to be able to expand into as they continue to wait for their office buildings to be done. This first building is going to be done in around January. It'll host Zonos, and then from there a couple other companies are in the works to be able to go in here as they wait for their offices to be done up here. Really cool, innovative way to keep the progress going up here. As we know, construction takes some time, and I know these companies are really excited to get these container parks done. Now shifting gears a bit, we'll talk about the parks, trails, and open space that are going to be part of Tech Ridge that I think a lot of people are really going to enjoy. So right now they're working on the trail system on this western side that will eventually encompass the entire bluff and create some amazing views. They just a few weeks ago installed a bridge, and then from there they're going to continue to lay the trail that's going to go along the bluff. And then as you can see further south, there's already a trail that goes down the bluff, and they're unofficially calling that the Jerry Rice Trail that hooks down into the road below where the homes are. And then from there, it continues north and back up the bluff. As you can see, there's a big scar where they've had to do a storm drain to get from the bottom to the top. So rather than leaving this scar, as I've mentioned before, they're doing a staircase that's going to be 340 stairs with 40 landings that's going to continue up and hook into this trail system up here. So as you can see, it kind of looks like the shape of a longhorn, so they're unofficially calling it the Longhorn Loop. And I really think this is going to be a fun fitness activity that a lot of people are really going to enjoy. The time frame of this whole thing is probably 6 to 9 months, and I'm really looking forward to seeing this be completed. And lastly, we'll talk about things that are a little bit further down the road, which is housing, retail, all that kind of fun stuff. So right where the busy hangar is, that will no longer be there, and it'll turn into where the apartments and retail go. Right now, there's 471 units of apartments that are going through architecture that should be done in about 9 months, and then it'll be a 2-year build out from there. And that will be right next to this retail area where they're gonna have restaurants, a hotel, and really just a fun little district for everybody to hang out in. This one, like I said, is a little bit further down the road, but a really exciting part that I'm looking forward to. And that's a wrap, guys. As you can see, a lot of good stuff happening up here on Tech Ridge. It does take time, but things are moving along and I'm really excited for it. For more info on what's happening here in Southern Utah, you can call me or text me, 435-668-7293, or find me on Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn. Thanks, guys.